Good morning, homesteaders. How are you all today out there in YouTube land? Today we're going to just take a quick tour through the tool shed slash workshop and show you what a disastrous mess it is. This is the disastrous, it's a heck of a mess workshop. This time of the year it gets used a lot and it is a disaster right now. So excuse that. Part of homesteading is being self-sustaining, trying not to use as many outside people as possible. So we have acquired tools, had tools, got them at auctions. Any way possible we've gotten tools because we know we're going to use them, going to need them. We try to keep somewhat organized, but as you can see, that's impossible right now. Gotta have the fridge there for a cold drink. Mess. Mess, mess. Those up there are all old type hand tools. For that's if power's out and for some reason it doesn't come back on, we have tools that we can still use. And we do use them now. Pieces of wood that we've scavenged here and there that we use in various projects. That planer over there is a lifesaver for getting cheap rough cut wood and making it usable. We actually could use a bigger building, but that's not going to happen anytime in the near future, so you got to make do with what you've got. This right here, let me get over to it a little better. Is going to be a rolling pin. That's what it started out as, just that piece of wood there glued together, and slowly starting to break it down on the lathe. Where is it? Over here. Here's one that was done the other day. And this is part of ways to make extra income too. We make anything wood we can for kitchens to sell on our website, along with our jams, jellies, syrups, all that type of stuff. And all of this stuff is something anybody can learn to do. I mean, I learned it so anybody can learn it. My first steps into doing any type of carpentry work was quite a few years ago. But it was starting out, and I learned how to make the fancy gingerbread trim for these old Victorian houses, and that piqued my interest into woodworking. And that was primarily that type of work. And once we started homesteading, we found so many more practical uses of carpentry and that type of skills to help us make money and to provide us with things. So with a little bit of ingenuity and learning and trial and error, I guarantee anybody out there can do any of this stuff. So this is pretty much it. It's a lot of stuff crammed into a very tight space. And as I said, it's a mess right now. On a good rainy day, I'll thoroughly clean and put things back where they belong. But just right now, there's not time for that. It's just too much, not enough time. I'm going to go ahead and be working on the lathe here, working on this rolling pin. Like I said, these products are available on our website at ourharvestmoonhomestead.com. Go to the store section if you just want to look at some of the stuff we've made. Some of the jams, jellies, syrups, herbs, spices, wood products. And before anybody calls in and complains that I don't have safety glasses on, these are safety glasses. I make sure my eyes are protected because there's wood chips that fly everywhere here. It's not a full face shield, but it's too hot and humid to wear one right now. So I've got my eyes covered with this right now. Okay, I finished turning it down. Did a lot of different sanding on it, different grits of sandpaper, and then used a food grade oil on it. Applied 3 coats of the food grade oil on it to help preserve it. And there you have a rolling pin. We'll go ahead and get that on our website. I think I'll start on a cutting board next. Well, that's it for the little tour of the workshop, tool shop. Tools in your workshop area are so important if you're going to do homesteading. If you want to be more self-sufficient, these are things that you have to acquire, knowledge you have to gain if you don't have that knowledge. And you're able to do things for your homestead. Plus, like we're trying to do too, is make a little money on the side to help support the homestead. And you're making products that are going to last a long time. This isn't China stuff that you find at the big box stores. So you've got that self-satisfaction of making something that you're either going to use yourself or somebody's going to purchase from you, and they're going to have this for a very long time. So it serves a lot of purposes.
Speaking of tools, do you have tools that are non-electric also?
Yes, we have those. I scanned the camera over them. We've got all the old-time tools up there, so if power is out, we can still do most of this stuff without a lick of power. And those are important to get. You can pick those up at auctions and at yard sales for really cheap money. Nobody wants them anymore, so we grab them when we can get them really cheap. So learn these skills, get these tools, start doing more for yourself, quit calling people to do it. You'll save yourself money, you'll feel better about what you're producing and what you're using and what you're selling. So for Jay and Amy from Our Harvest Moon Homestead, I'd like to remind you to make sure you stop by our website at ourharvestmoonstead.com. Yeah, bad tongue. It's the dog's fault. E, come here. E. Trying to get...
You know what we're talking about.
Here's my helper. E, come here. Hey, come here. There's one of our helpers. He's a big help. So all of us here at Our Harvest Moon Homestead wish you a good day. Hope you have a good one, and we'll see you on the next one.